Okay, Dan here. Let's talk about this amp. Now this is a Blackstar Artisan 30. It is a 30 watt class A all valve amp. The power section has 4 EL84 power tubes in it. There's a GZ34 rectifier, which is the same as what I have in my blues breaker, gives it a fantastic feel. Then there's 3 12AX7s and there's one EF86 preamp tube. Now 2 channels, you can jump them. There's 4 inputs, high and low for each channel. Channel 1 is more old Vox AC15, matchless, Bad Cat. Dr. Z makes some amps with this preamp tube, the EF86. We'll get to that later. But at the minute we're plugged into channel 2, which is based on like a Marshall preamp topology. So you've got volume, treble, bass, mid, voice and gain. Now this voice, I usually use this as a clean platform. This voice is like on the Marshall, going from the high treble to just normal inputs. So high, warm. That makes a significant difference when we turn the gain up as well, but we'll get there. So there's 10 watt mode and 30 watt mode, and that's basically a triode or a pentode switching within the power amp valve itself. That does make a significant difference in the volume and the feel. Switch it back to 30. And again, when we turn some gain on, again the 10 watt mode breaks up much earlier. You can get some more usable gain in the house, if you like, because this is a very, very loud amp, like crazy loud. Which is why using this channel in the house is far better than this, because it's got a master volume basically. But we'll get on to channel 1 in a later video. Cabinet 212, 2 Celestion vintage 30s. I should say this amp is from 2008. Blackstar came about in 2007, so this is still a very early one. Some of the early amps had some overheating issues because they were biased really, really hot. This has had the bias turned down a bit, so it produces less gain than it would have done when it first came out, but the valves last more than a couple of hours. So it's good that it needs some TLC. Actually, it's starting to crackle and pop a bit, because this is normally a completely silent amp, and there's a little bit of background noise starting to creep in. I say sometimes it crackles and pops, so I need to get it serviced. But it's only been looked at once since 2008, and that's when it was fairly new and it was overheating. Michael Morn did the bias on it. So be careful if you do buy one of these second hand. The likelihood is it'll have seen the tech by now. It'll have been sold. They're a fantastic clean platform. They really are. I can't sing these amps, the praises of these amps, highly enough. They are fantastic. They make every guitar that you plug into them sound like that guitar. It doesn't have an overbearing presence like some amps do, that kind of overtake the guitar and make the guitar sound a certain way. It sounds like the guitar basically. And of course you can manipulate the EQ controls. I tend to have it as a flat response as possible, because I'll loop through this all of the time. And basically the sound that I have here is one that enables me to loop over it without too much mid-range clutter, if you know what I mean, because I like to add the mid-range with gain and other pedals. So going on to gain, let me show you the gain on the amp. So we're going to turn the master volume way down, and we're going to turn the gain all the way up. I'm going to turn the delay and the reverb levels down a little bit, so bear with me a second. Just a little bit on both of them. Then, right, we'll roll in some volume. tapers on these volume pots are not the greatest. It's like a switch basically, but there is a plexi-like. Again, you can go to the bright side and you get more. I always have on the warm side though. So you can use this amp for gain, but I say I use it as a pedal platform. It's still early, I haven't been out of bed very long, hence the sloppy play. But I love these amps, I really, really do. They come in combo form as well, and they're really good value on the second-hand market. If you can pick one up, definitely get one. If this had a different name on it, it would cost many, many, many thousands of pounds. Because these are totally hand wired. If you look inside one of these, it is like just beautiful. It leaves a, I mean, as I say, if this had a different name on it, it would be £3,000 or £4,000, not £400 or £500 second hand. But it is what it is. So would I recommend you getting this? Yes, get one. And turn the gain down to about half. Show you.